The announcement of a ceasefire between America and Iran came at a time when the situation was rapidly heading towards confrontation. American President Donald Trump has said on his social media platform that both countries are very close to a solid peace agreement. He also mentioned that there is an agreement on a 2-week ceasefire to advance the talks. Now, both countries will continue discussions during this period to try to reach a permanent agreement. For now, this ceasefire seems like a political advantage for Trump. But what impact have the American-Israeli attacks on Iran, Trump's statements, his threats, and the language used had on America's image? In today's first news, the discussion is on whether Trump had to pay a heavy price for achieving a partial victory. Donald Trump had said that he would destroy Iranian civilization forever, which could never be brought back. It is not clear whether such a shocking threat from an American president pressured Iran into agreeing to a ceasefire it had previously rejected. But it is clear that Donald Trump's surprising and provocative statement is completely different from the statements of modern American presidents. This has never been seen or heard before. And even if this 2-week ceasefire turns into permanent peace, still the Iran war and Trump's recent statements can fundamentally change the image of America in the eyes of the rest of the world. A country that once presented itself as a force for maintaining stability in the world is now shaking the foundation of the international order. A president who seems to have enjoyed breaking traditions and standards in domestic politics is now doing the same on the global stage. Democratic leaders immediately condemned Trump's statement on Tuesday, and some even called for his removal from office. Youmidi Darbousseshe. Congress member Joaquin Castro wrote on X, "It is clear that the president is continuously weakening and is not fit to lead." Chuck Schumer, the top Democrat leader in the U.S. Senate, said that any Republican who does not vote to end the Iran war will bear responsibility for its consequences. Although many leaders of Trump's own party supported him, this support was not as unanimous as he often receives. A Republican member from Georgia and senior member of the House Armed Services Committee, Austin Scott, strongly criticized Trump's threat of the end of civilization. He told the BBC that the president's comments are counterproductive and he does not agree with them. Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson, who is generally considered a supporter of Trump, said that if Trump implements his bombing plan, it would be a very big mistake. Texas Congressman Nathaniel Moran wrote on social media that he does not support the destruction of an entire civilization. He wrote, "This so abyamandes madamdi." This does not reflect who we are, and it is also against the principles that have long guided America. Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, who often takes a different stance from the president, also clearly stated that the president's threat cannot be dismissed as an attempt to gain an advantage in talks with Iran. However, the White House might argue that this pressure worked. And after Trump's ceasefire message, Iran's foreign minister Sayed Abbas Araghchi said that Iran will halt its defensive actions and will allow safe passage through Hormuz, which will be coordinated by its armed forces. He also said that America has accepted the general framework of Iran's 10 points plan. This plan includes conditions such as removing America's military power from the region, lifting economic sanctions on Iran, compensating for war damages, and maintaining Iran's control over Hormuz. At the moment, it is difficult to say whether Donald Trump will actually agree to all these conditions. This indicates that the negotiations in the coming 2 weeks could be quite tough and risky. After Trump's statements and actions so far, the full assessment of what the cost of this war will be is yet to be done.